This was back in August 2024, right after we installed the Link standalone ECU. We are running 1050cc injectors and focusing mainly on flex fuel tuning. So this was the final power figure on pump 91 octane. Now let's move on to the E40 tune.
Revive.
Here's the final dyno result: 222 wheel horsepower on the E40 mix and 212 on 91 pump gas. Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure my front calipers were sticking to the rotor. Same thing happened later that day on the road test. The tuner also had to work around the ECU crank sensor reading. My timing was slightly off, and these ECU are much more precise. They'll catch a timing change that K-Pro won't. So yeah, look like I'll be rebuilding my timing chain. So I picked up the Inline Pro chain tensioner and sourced all the other parts straight from Honda. I also threw in a generic chain guide for some added peace of mind. Fast forward a year to August 2025, my brother's first time riding shotgun. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned, and you're about to see the reality of taking your car to the track.
ma batterie a fait
So yeah, my battery decided to call it quits, and I made the mistake of getting out of the car while other cars were still on the track. Sure, it was a red flag, but I definitively shouldn't have jumped out just to reconnect the battery. And as you'll see, the track staff came to have a word with me after the session. And here's what they said.
Listen, you little bitch. Next time you get stuck in your burn clear, no torque, having ass, ugly shit bugs, stay the fuck in your car so we can tow your black ass. You see, your shit is slow as fuck, so go home, build a faster car, and come back when you're ready, you slow ass boy.
Alright, let's go for a full session with my little brother.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the
So this my grandpa, 82 years old, and about to ride shotgun for his very first track session. And if you worried about him, check this out. Just last week he was out there water skiing. We had to push the session back, so it ended up being a little bit darker outside. Here are some highlights from that run with him.
Nope. Nope.
For the second time that night, I had to cut the session short. One of my shifter cables came loose on the transmission selector and I couldn't shift anymore. Easy fix, but it meant the session was over.
T'as checké, là? Ouais, j'aurais aimé ça faire une plus longue.
Non, mais hey, tu connais. Faut que tu connaisses la piste en tabarnouche.
Ah, ben oui.
Hey.